I4C, together with three other think tanks, E3G, CPI, and WRI, who are also here with us today. The floor is yours.
So thank you very much for having me here. It's a real pleasure. And today I will present a paper we have done with Jiajun Xu from the Peking University. It's local currency loans in the global development finance architecture. And why is this an important question? It's because in order to achieve the SDGs, I think it's fundamental to reduce external debt and currency mismatch in developing countries. With currency mismatch, we mean when a country owes dollars but are financing projects that are domestic oriented. For example, this is very important for the green transition. If you are lending for a solar panels, probably this electricity is not generating US dollars, so you're financing with dollars, but it's a project that is generating local currency. So how can multilateral development banks provide local currency loans? Well, to answer this question, I think it's fundamental to understand how these multilateral development banks are financing themselves. So, for example, if MDBs are financing themselves through issuing USD bonds in the international market, then it's very difficult for them to on-lend in local currency because, of course, there is this currency mismatch and there is a risk of getting downgraded by the credit rating agencies, and that will increase their funding costs. So what can we do? In this paper, we propose two solutions. The first solution would be that multilateral development banks are being recapitalized by their owners in US dollars, and they use these US dollars to buy local currency, for example, from the host central bank, and then use this local currency to do on lending to these projects, for example, the solar panel. So this strategy has the advantage that it is providing US dollars to the host country, and this is very important because usually these projects you have to import inputs and supplies, for example, the solar panels. Another advantage is that because the MDB doesn't have this maturity mismatch, the on-lending can be also longer term. A second strategy could be that MDBs issue local currency bonds in the host country and use those local currency to provide loans. The advantage here is that MDBs are able to leverage because they not only have the capital, but also these borrowed funds. So this means that they can provide more on lending compared to the first strategy. But the disadvantage is that they are not providing US dollars to buy these inputs that are needed. Another disadvantage is that there is the MDB will face a maturity mismatch. So it means that they will provide shorter term loans compared to the first strategy. Yeah. So, and the maturity of this lending, of course, will be related to the maturity of the bonds that they are issuing. And the third disadvantage is that there is no clear reason why MDBs should be issuing these local currency bonds when national development banks can do that. So, conclusion, it's not an easy question. There are trade-offs. So I think that the best strategy is to acknowledge these difficulties and try to analyze case by case, analyzing the special needs of these countries. For example, a country that has a lot of foreign reserves or has a current account surplus, then this dollar thing, mismatch, is not important. But if you have a country that doesn't have many reserves, as Argentina is facing situation now, or has a current account deficit, then of course this issue about the US dollars is really, really important. So thank you.